Because you must receive Jesus first as your King of righteousness before you experience Him as your King of peace. Because, guys, you can either stand on your own performance, your own works, but there will be no peace. Because you'll never do it perfect. The enemy will always find the spot you missed. You'll always lack peace. But only time you can truly have peace is when you accept Jesus Christ as your perfect, complete state of being as you ought to be. And when you accept Jesus, you become the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. You become just as you ought to be. Tell someone you're just as you ought to be if you know Jesus. See, some of you might have a little problem with that because righteousness is not what you do. Righteousness is who you are. And if you had trouble saying that, I'm just as I ought to be, that you're focusing on your behavior. You're focusing on your actions. You're focusing on what people said about you, what you've thought about yourself. I don't care about any of those things. What does God say about you? It's the only thing that matters. And He said, if you accepted Jesus, you are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. Righteousness produces peace. Isaiah 32, verse 17. The work of righteousness shall be what? The work of righteousness shall be peace. That's the work of God's righteousness. If it's your righteousness, it worketh not peace. That's King James. The work of righteousness shall be peace, and the effect. You want to know if you're truly trusting and believing at a core level in your heart that you are the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, you're just as you ought to be based on Jesus' finished work. What is the effect of righteousness? Quietness. Is your soul quiet, or are you peaceful, or is there anxiety, or is your heart troubled? Let your heart not be troubled. Why? Because He's the King of righteousness.